Hey everybody, there's some videos I'd like to make, but I'm just too lazy. So I figured I might as well go ahead and make this point. There's a concern I have that a lot of theists, especially the Christians, are going to get on YouTube and that they will have the impression that all the atheists think that they are extremists, or at the very least fall fundamentalists. And so when a Christian will hear the arguments from atheists, well, they say, well, they're not really talking to me because I really don't share those same beliefs, and I'm just, I don't have all these extreme ideas. But I don't think that's really the case. Most of the atheists on YouTube actually realize that the vast majority of Christians, some of the Muslims and some of the Jews, and almost all the pagans are actually moderate believers. They're not fundamentalists, and of course there's just a handful of extremists. It's just that all those two groups get the most attention. And so I think that the theist needs to realize that we are actually still talking about the moderate Christians. Of course, what I mean by moderate is that you just believe in Jesus died for your sins, live by the golden rule, and that's pretty much enough to be a good person. So that's what you should strive for. Now, of course, the fundamentalist thinks that you have to read the Bible, or read the Quran, or read the Torah, or whatever these things are. And then, of course, you should actually follow those and study it. And, of course, the extremists, well, we all know what those are. Those people that just take the verses that they want and have some agenda that they want to act, so they use that. Now, why would the atheists all be against the moderate Christians? Aren't these the good guys? Aren't these guys not causing any harm? Well, I'd like to tell you a story about the great Chiites. Now, don't look this up. I'll tell you the whole story. The great Chiites is actually a monster that lives under the sea. Actually, it's a mistranslation. It was under the ocean, now that they think that. It's a very old religion. There's been a few that have spread off of this. And since the great Chiiju lives under the sea, that's C-H-I-J-U, Chiiju, it has dominion over the sea. And if we go too far out, then it's sort of its domain, and it causes all these hurricanes, tsunamis, and bad weather, and all these kind of things, earthquakes. Now, of course, there are some people that think that we should just, honor the great Chiiju, and that, we have our boats out there and international flights and cargo ships, that it's not really that bad, that the great Chiiju would just sort of ignore us and these kind of things. They essentially stick their head in the sand because the ancient text, all the eyewitness accounts and all the stories actually say that the great Chiiju will not ignore us no matter what we do. I mean, if our intentions are good, he will cause hurricanes and death and all kind of destruction. There are the extremists. Now, these people are the ones that are blowing up cargo ships and hijacking airplanes. They're the people that make the arguments. There are the people that are crashing international flights. But of course, it's just the fundamentalists, and they are protesting that we should stop international travel. They're not the ones that are actually blowing up or hurting anybody. But of course, if that fails, then people of their religion think that they have the right. And certainly it's their duty to stop these things from happening because it would make the great Chiiju mad. Now, the Chiites, the moderate Chiites, these people think, well, those are just extremists and it's not really our fault, We should just believe in the great Chiiju and people shouldn't make fun of our beliefs because, we have all these eyewitness accounts. And, well, of course, the great Chiiju doesn't leave any survivors, so I don't know how they got any eyewitness accounts. But anyway, that's beside the point. These are the people that actually give credence to all the fundamentalists. And of course, logical extension to the fundamentalist is the extremist. I mean, you have to act on these kind of things if that's what you believe. So really, it's the moderate Chiites that are the ones that are essentially giving power to the fundamentalists. Now, if they were all just fundamentalists, then of course it would all look pretty silly because, really there is no proof of the great Chiiju of any kind. And of course there's so many different theories. You've got the Loch Ness Monster, he's the son of the great Chiiju. There's most of the people, of course, believe in the lawless monster, and then, of course, these are the most kind people. So they say, well, why pick on us? Well, it's because you believe in the great Chiiju. And some other people that believe in the great Chiiju also sent one of the offspring of it was the Leviathan. Now, these people are really the most extremist of the bunch. Now, the Leviathan really has some good eyewitness accounts. So let's say, it's the earliest religion, and I mean, if you really believe that, then logically their actions, their attacks on the cargo ships, and flying planes into buildings, if there was an international flight, then 9/11 wouldn't have happened. All of this stuff, they are really empowered by the people that believe in the Loch Ness Monster, because, yes, that's right, it follows that the Leviathan is just as likely, as a matter of fact, probably more likely, that it exists, and that we must do what it says, because it's offspring of great Chiiju. It also lives in the ocean, and of course all this stuff. So hopefully, if you can see it from that point of view, from that religion, then you might can extrapolate it why moderate Christians are, under attack. It's not just the fundamentals that we're worried about. We really don't want you to ride the fence. If you are a moderate Christian, then either go to fundamentalist Christian, go all the way. It doesn't make sense just to say, well, just believe in Jesus and that's enough. It doesn't matter what denomination you are, if you get baptized, or if you can sing or dance, or if the women can teach. No, you really read what Jesus said. I mean, Jesus is God. Right, Jesus is God. Read what he said. When you go to heaven, he's going to say, well, didn't you see what I wrote down? You're not going to say, well, I just kind of ignored that part. No, you should really try to figure out and make sure what it says. All right, make sure that's what it means, because when you meet God, he's going to say, what did you really think that meant? Did you act on that? Do you have the guts? So it doesn't make any sense to sit on the fence. Atheist, fundamentalist, or if you want to act on it, you got the extremist. But you don't be in the middle. Please don't be in the middle. So, yes, that we are talking to the moderates. The moderate Chiites, those are the people that we can have a conversation to, that we hopefully can fix this problem. The great Chiiju, maybe I'll show some pictures of it's kind of a small religion, but a lot of people believe in the Loch Ness Monster. Anyway, if you go further back, great Chiiju.